riding
Yes.
fast, eating ass. Welcome to the Stuckcast.
Yo, what's up, everybody? We got an Struckcast right now, a special episodes. It's interviews from to our Strike MC members. So, Scarlet, what's up?
What's happening? What's happening?
So, Scarlet is the vice president of Strike MC. There's a lot of changes happening the last 6 months inside our club. So, Scarlet, tell more about yourself.
Hello there. So yeah, I'm Scarlet. Currently been in the club for 8 years. Held 6 out of 8 officer positions, and yeah, currently the VP of Striker MC.
6 years, that's crazy. That's disgusting. 6 years. 8 years, you said, right? 8 years.
8 years. Eight
Wow.
years.
So I mean, 8 years. Did you like in before your 8 years? Did you join other clubs before?
Yeah, yeah. So the first club I joined, I think, was 2014, and it was a club called Vargos, and it was the first introduction to MCs I had. It was it was awful compared
Yeah.
to the clubs now. Yeah, but I liked it. It was different. I was like, okay, I could get behind this, and then went through a couple others, and then saw Striker MC, and I knew that that was the place for me.
And why was that?
From the vibe that I seen from the YouTube videos back in the day, I was just like, these guys are having fun. These guys just seems like really chill, and they were very, very different from like the other type of MCs out there. They weren't too serious, but they were at the same time having fun, seemed chill, like I said, and I just like the aesthetic. The aesthetic was definitely something I could get on board with. Like I've been in a few others, even after the first time when I was out of the recruitment process, let's say, for Striker MC,
Hmm.
and like I was in Deadly Tribe. If anyone still remembers those guys, they definitely will. But yeah, I was in Deadly Tribe as well, and yeah, whole different vibe, completely.
Daily try. That's like an old enemy. It's like
Yeah.
I remember like in sessions when you fight those guys, suddenly there are like 20 of those joining the session, killing. But it was fun times. But like, how did you join us then? Like, how did it happen? Like, you
I
saw those
remember
videos and you joined, right? Like, how's the process?
the process. It was really easy. I remember that I was chilling, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna join. Nothing else is really going for me in the community at the moment, so let's just message. And you were the first person I messaged, and you were the one that gave me the initial speech, told me the rules, told me the whole rundown of everything. I was like, yeah, yeah, all good, all good, and then started my process from there.
Did you know that I forgot about that? I forgot a lot of things.
It was well 8 years ago, so but I remember a lot to do with the initial startup and where and how far like I've kind of come within the club. So
Good shit. So, why are you so proud of Strike MC? What's the things you're proud of?
I think the biggest thing for me and being proud of this club is we've hit many obstacles along the way, and every club when they reach these sort of obstacles, these bumps in the road, they
Can,
tend to fall. They
can you
tend
s-
to
can you say
yeah.
about those obstacles? Like stuff what you can tell, if
Like
if you can.
yeah, the obstacles of like kind of losing members, losing brothers is definitely a big thing. The thing of the game being so old and it kind of losing its fire, the low activity points, the arguments that every club will have, and the type of um, friction caused from a good couple of events throughout the club's history. you know, like a few member beefs or the charters or certain elements that will always end up happening within a club. Striker MC has always bounced back. There's loads of clubs who will hit these potholes within the road, and they'll rebrand, they will close down, they'll take time off the game. But Striker MC has never done that. We've always come together within the brotherhood and kept on doing our things to achieve greatness. And we've been up for over 11 years. 11 years is a long time to be on this game.
And
But not
consistently.
only, consistently, but it's not only just on the game, it's the friendship that is and the brotherhood of this just lasted so long to just keep on going and going and going. And it's just like, that's why I'm proud, is that we're not like other MCs. Like, we are the MC.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I remember those clubs, right? That like we fought them for a couple of years,
Hmm.
and then disbanded, make a different name, disbanded, different name, same people, different name, disbanded, and then he fuck off. And then the gamer tags, you can change your gamer tags. I think around 2020, and people doing that shit. And now it's like you cannot track most of those people anymore.
No, they just disappear. Like all these big clubs back in the day. Like the bigger names, for whatever reason, they might have been popular, like Deadly Tribe, Reaper Lords, Banshees, all these older clubs who have abandoned the game that they started up on, the game that made them, they abandoned. And, as soon as the future comes around, these sort of clubs will come back and say, we never took a break, we've always been here. They'll come back and they'll still think they have somewhat of a name, when in reality, everyone will know that they're washed up.
Mhm.
So,
So I heard you saying about some struggles in the club, like difficult situations. Was there like a situation that you faced a problem, and if you did, how did you fix that problem?
um, biggest thing, I think, that was definitely something that every sort of person within the MC will meet, is it's the growth of the MC, the direction. And I think the biggest struggle at one point was I wasn't sure on the direction that I wanted to take with the MC community as a whole. But obviously, being a part of Striker for so long, it was, am I within the right community? And I think that a lot of people will think to themselves, whether they want to take a break, whether they want to do this as an individual, not as a club. And I think that was a big struggle for me at one point, because I didn't know whether this was still something I wanted to continue.
Yeah.
But I realized that my enjoyment and my love for this club was just way too strong, and I ended up pulling through and obviously made it to where I am now. So it was definitely worth pulling through that struggle, and definitely, pulling myself and my motivation into a different gear to get to where I am now.
Okay. So that's beautiful what you're saying. Like there's some problems where we as an organization are facing, like any other organizations or group of friends, relationships. But you need to face your demons. I mean, it's a bit cringy to say, but like you do need to look at it and fix the problem rather than run away.
Yeah,
And that's a lot of
exactly.
people makes the mistake is they're afraid to look in the dark and face those problems and going to the conflicts and trying to put yourself not first but to something else, a
Yeah.
group or a symbol what we embracing like Strike MC. Yeah. So you got like any ambitions for the club to see?
I think ambitions is definitely, alongside a lot of other clubs, is since we're already the best MC, I think it would be a good standpoint for us to be a bigger MC. I think growth is definitely something that is a goal of mine, to get the right type of people in here. We, as an organization, I feel as if we've always gone for the quality over the quantity. I think a lot of clubs out there, they just kind of insta patch a lot of people. They're prospecting or they hang around to support, whatever they want to say, is less than a month, if not a month. But for us, we've always been definitely in the mentality of you got to earn your patch. Um, I think a big thing for us is just doing a lot more years and definitely growing. Like those are my definitely two big ambitions of just continuing on growth. Nothing really personal, to be honest.
Bigger family.
Yeah.
So I heard a lot of passion from your words. I know you from 8 years long. I see you doing really well. I see times that you not really do well. I see times you just have a laugh, and I see times there'll be sadness. I see a lot of like moments from you I experience with you with. So I know there's a lot of passion in you, and you show that. But why the passion? What's the reason you have those passion? Why you have that big fire, and what inspires you?
I think the biggest thing, to be honest, is and I think, to go down the more personal route, is that a lot of organizations and a lot of other people that might not be as serious or outside of this community don't realize is that even if it is just an online community and it's an online club and stuff like that, I think the biggest thing that brings my passion alive is that throughout the struggles I've had in my personal life, the club has always been there for me. Like they've always been there to put a smile on my face when I couldn't do it in my personal life. I wasn't able to, communicate things to people outside, but within the club I was able to. And I think that a lot of people don't realize is that it's not just an online thing. These are actual people, real life people that you'll be having interactions with, talking to, getting to know on many different levels. And it's an organization that you want to build, that you want to give back to for everything that they've given you. Because we can go to work and we can raise our families and we can do whatever else, but this will stay consistent. This will always be a thing, regardless of whatever happens in your personal life. You can always get on the game. You can always go on your phone, and your brothers around you will be there. So I think that's what really drives my passion.
I thank you for sharing that because right now, some words you're saying I didn't really thought deeply about that. So thank you. Uh, I agree with you with that. Like I have my moments too. They're like, man, like I don't want to be in this character real life a little bit. I want to talk to the boys. It's really easy access. There's always a party up. You talk with the club members and just have a laugh. It's an easy access, and everybody's generally in this club. We're gonna shit talking a lot, but deep down we all love each other.
Yeah. I think that is a definitely like an inside perspective on how we operate as a club as well. Is the I think an outside perspective of us is the we don't have
Toxic.
passion. Yeah, we're toxic, or we don't care about this, we don't care about that, and we can be too we can be extreme. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of people don't realize is that we've been here a long time, and everyone, a lot of our guys have been within the club for so long that it's just a next level scale when it comes down to
It's like
the
passion,
amount of
isn't it?
drive that we have. Yeah,
Like how extreme with certain beliefs we have, how more love passion it is. Yeah, okay. So if you look at the club right now, right? How's the energy in the club? How would you describe?
the energy within the club is pretty much been, um, I would say the with everything, it's been always up and down, just because again the game is so old. But I think the passion, the fire within the club at the moment, and definitely the vibe is it's at an all-time high. Like I don't think that we're slacking in any capacity, and I think that every single person is enjoying the club right now. I really don't think that we're in any sort of rut. We're not in bad days, anything like that. We're all active. We're all doing our thing, and we're all contributing in some sort of capacity. So I think the vibe of the club right now is we're all happy, we're all chill, and we're all just excited for the future.
And if you could describe what a typical day is for Strike MC to from the audience who watch this, maybe 10 people.
A typical day in the life of a striker is you get on, you do your greetings, what's up, how's your day been, what's this, what's that, you do your normal check-in, I suppose, like everywhere you kind of go, and you hang out, you have a good time. Obviously you're faced with a little bit of shit talking,
Something about dick and balls.
something about dick and balls, something
Something about
about
shit.
what would you rather's.
The
Do you think
worst,
you
the
could
worst
do
stories.
this? Yeah, the worst stories, the worst scenarios you could think of. Someone, eating poo at some point. It's just vibes. Like a typical day is just, yeah, like you get all your greetings out of the way. You update the boys on what's been happening in your life, and it's just vibes. It's just a chill time. It's always just fun. It's always active. It's always chatty. It's just a good place to be around on a daily basis.
And if you could describe a short summary to Strike MC, what would you say?
A short summary about the club.
Yeah, like a short one, short as possible.
Striker MC is the best MC ever to exist. That would probably be my summary.
And what makes us different than the other clubs?
I think the biggest thing that makes us different, um, and to throw out, not to mention no names, but they definitely know if they watch this, a few sneak disses, is our integrity. Um, I think our integrity, the way that we operate, the way that we think, and our viewpoints within the community definitely makes us different. We just operate on a higher level than people realize. Our democracy, our brotherhood, is way different from a lot of other people. No one really makes drastic decisions without the club, fully supporting them. And our ambition to definitely be above a lot of other MCs all just tie into how much better that we kind of are when it comes to a lot of different scenarios and situations.
Okay. And if a recruit wants to join, what are you looking for a recruit? Or let's say Strike MC.
The biggest thing I look for in a recruit is the want to be here. I think a lot of people, they can say like, yeah, yeah, like I'm ready for the experience and I'm ready to be here, I'm ready to join, and words can definitely mean a lot to certain people, but for me, I need to see that drive. I want to see someone who does want to be here. Through my experience, like this is, well, the third time um, that I tried to get in. And I don't think it's, with the crew hoppers and with people who want to, positions really fast, or, they want to be a part of something because of the name, or they want to do this and they want to do that. Like there's no backbone to that. I want to see passion. I want to see that they do want to be here, because for me, like, I want to be able to continue to grow this organization in the best way possible. I want my club to thrive. I don't want someone to be here who's going to bring it down in any sort of way.
Yeah, fair enough. And what do you like to see for SMC on GTA 6?
I would like SMC to bring back the immersion of what it is to be a biker. I think that I would like the community as a whole, but SMC, Striker MC, to be kind of the figurehead, the arrowhead into driving some sort of realism back into the community. I think that a lot of people kind of lack that. A lot of people are uneducated and don't know what it truly means to be a part of an MC. Loads of people and loads of clubs out there have different rules, different standpoints, different ways of doing things, which can be a good thing. but I think the fundamentals of being an MC should stay true because this whole community is based upon motorcycles. Like it's a motorcycle club community. It's not anything else. It's not tanks, it's not jets, it's not anything in somewhat of a capacity of being a military or a mafia. It's a motorcycle club community. And I think for Striker MC, I want a figurehead, an arrowhead, and to be the example that other clubs should follow when it comes to the future of a club and the community as a whole.
So it's like Strike MC is 1% because it's the immersive, it's the most important one, immersive, to be a biker and to roleplay. At the same
Yeah,
time, have the integrity to make us different, but at the same time traditional as possible, but our own identity, right?
exactly that. Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to do, make a change or tribute on the community? Like, if you had some influence, you do have some influence, but let's say you have more influence. What would you do to change the community?
To change the community, I think this could be answered in like loads of different ways, to be honest. But I think I would just like to again like educate people on what it is to be a biker. Loads of people within the community are kind of, they join this sort of thing for many different reasons. And if I had influence, I would probably do away with 99 as a whole. To be honest, I would do away with anything to do with the immersion factor, to take it away, and to kind of boycott or to cancel, to use some sort of updated lingo. But I would definitely influence a lot more clubs to push away from that sort of play style. I think that is definitely a killer when it comes to a club's respect. Like I could never respect a club who will, for social media sake, put up some sort of kill comp of or scorecard or something like that, and cut or edit to make themselves look better. I think that's a weak way of doing things. When it comes down to the 99, people will blow people up, use X, Y, and Z to get the kill, and but they're not staying true to a motorcycle club. They're not staying true to themselves because they have to lie about these different factors. And I think that if I had the influence to change that, I definitely would, to show people the better light. Not to shit on anyone or to dog anyone, but you need to have integrity. You need to be able to understand what community you're in. And yeah, a lot of people, they just don't realize what they're doing to damage the community and the rep to the other communities that are out there as well.
I also what I don't like in this community, right? I was a problem in the past too, sometimes with my mindset. I'll be honest. But it's like, fuck the rest. It's only about us.
Yeah,
Yes, you can portray that in some sort of way. That's a good mindset. But there's a double edge of the sword from that mindset perspective. I mean, this community is really fucked. Everybody knows that. There's a lot of division, which is okay. But there's also a lot of like weird creeps. I don't want to say those words in this video. You know what? I say it. I don't like the censorship. Pedophiles. We got fucking pedophiles in this community, and I hate it. And I do believe if we focus, give more love towards the community, what every MC should do, I think we have less of those creeps,
yeah,
and the community can be something better. We don't have to agree with the 1% stuff because there'll be always a fight with what's 1%, what's not. I don't care about that. That's the last war, I mean last fight. But to communicate better with clubs, and that way, I think communicate better and I don't know, just hang out more rather than no communicating and just shoot and pose, make some weird scorecards, change it to stuff, or those weird people. We could change their game index to war every time, the whole time. If you got busted with something weird stuff, I think if you connection with more clubs and you can find those people out, there will be you can push those people off the community slowly. I think that's my wish,
Yeah,
and have more events. I think that's all about, right? And finding people, socialize, play this game.
socializing is definitely a big strong point, and within the community, like we're bikers. We can always find something to relate to, whether it be the bike that we drive, whether it be the way that we do things, whether it be any capacity. We can always thrive to do better. And yeah, I agree. If egos were set to the side sometimes, I think the community as a whole would definitely be it. There's a lot of snaky behavior. There's a lot of creeps out there, like you said, and the community is full of them. It's all to do with pride and ego, and I think that sometimes you put that stuff away, the community as a whole could come together and just make it a way more enjoyable place.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Last question. What do you like to see for the community on GTA 6?
For the community on six, I think again, I would, I would love it if a lot more people out there would put away their egos. I think a lot more
Yeah,
people would be able to benefit the community in a lot more different ways by focusing on true elements of the MC. And I think that with six, hopefully, that the immersion factor of MCs comes back. I think I want the roleplay elements, the realism, um, grounded kind of gameplay comes back. Just because I think it would just bring a lot more diversity to a lot more things. Rides with the bike customization. When it comes to fighting, everyone's on the same platform. There's no weird tricks. There's nothing like that. It's more of it's just a better place to be as a community. I think communication should be up, immersion comes up, and that all comes through just grounded gameplay. So I think that's definitely something I would like the community to focus on, is just doing a whole reset button in a way,
yeah.
um, and just doing it right this time.
I uh, I agree. I think there should be a reset button. I mean, it's gonna be naturally, and I hope it will be a lot more immersive. And I believe it will happen like that. But how much is the question? Scarlet, Vice President of Strike MC, thank you being here. Appreciate it.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys the next time. Later.
Peace.